Hi, this is Nicholas Valleyharden, and I'm a student at Laval University. This comment video will be about the interview process with Régent Frigo. Régent Frigo is the owner of Frigo Service, and he's been an entrepreneur for the past 25 years. Mainly, this video will be analyzing this short video will be analyzing the process of the interview and also my perspective on the events that occurred. First off, it'll be divided in three parts. Number one will be how I felt beforehand of the interview. Secondly, how I felt during the interview, and how was I able to participate and stimulate a really strong conversation between the two. And lastly, how I felt after the interview and what I learned during this interview, and what information can be useful for anybody, whether no matter what their background. So let's get down to it. So first off, before the interview, I felt like I knew the person very well, and I felt like it would be somewhat of a walk in the park. Yet, I did learn a great deal of things about, especially his educational pathway that I did not know about, mainly his past in the Army and the skills he learned over there and for how long he stayed. Also, I learned a great deal about his experience as part of a large corporation such as Maytag and all the management aspects regarding to it. Secondly, also I felt like I knew his job very well, yet I learned a great deal that as an entrepreneur, the job of repairing electrical appliances changes a great deal and and allows different skills to be used, and also really prevents someone from being complacent because different challenges arise every single day. So, secondly, during the interview, I really felt like we had a really strong connection. Also, I felt like I was able to ask very precise, open-ended questions that really stimulated a very nice conversation where he was able to really express some thoughts that some people maybe have never asked him before. So he was able to talk about various principles that he felt like that were very important to be a successful entrepreneur, but we were able to narrow it down to three things, to three skills particularly. So first off, the first one was being the skill of perseverance, and I really feel like perseverance is something that can be used no matter what your career path is, because no matter what happens in your life, there are obstacles and challenges that are going to arise, and it's very important to be able to persevere through them, and also which will allow you to be successful at whatever task or goal you may have. Secondly, it was discipline. Discipline, I felt like it was really went hand in hand with his Army experience. Yet, discipline is something that's very important, especially for entrepreneurs, because when you're an entrepreneur, you're your own boss, and you don't have someone who's expecting you to wake up and do your job. It's only your customers that are expecting that. Yet, they're not the ones who are going to be able to call you when you're not coming in. Whereas if you work for a company and you don't show up to work, they're just going to get someone else who's willing and able to do the work. So that's something that's very important discipline-wise, and also it's going to allow certain individuals to be much more successful than others. And lastly, is the adaptation skills that he developed, especially in the Army, because coming out of high school, he decided to go in the Army, and he learned a great deal of skills, and he was put in different situations, like as he mentioned, at the Montreal Olympics in the security team, which was something that required a great deal of adaptation. Yet it helped him out throughout his career, because he felt like with the proper preparation, he was going to be able to succeed no matter what the situation. And lastly, how I felt after the interview, I felt like I learned a great deal of information, not only regarding Régent Frigo, but also about the mindset you must have to be a successful entrepreneur, and also how these skills are transferable, whether it be in a management position or a non-managerial position. And I really feel like the three main skills that he mentioned is something that I want to keep for myself, but I would also like to spread the good word to all the colleagues that I work with, the players that I coach, in every aspect of my life, because I really feel like these are the skills that is the difference maker between those that succeed and those that don't. So thank you very much for having me. Thank you for listening, and have a nice day.